Hello, everybody. I'm Trina, and this is my game of House Flipper. And I would like to take you on a tour through Grandma Emily's house. And you might wonder a bit why I call it Grandma Emily's house. And this is because when I bought this house, usually I tear down all the walls and then I just build it up from there. Of course, not the outer walls, only the ones inside. But this time, I gave myself the challenge that I would keep the rooms as they were and see what I could make of it. Now, it's a small house, so I started in the bathroom and I picked some tiles, and those tiles sort of decided all the rest of the house. I was because of those tiles, brought back to my childhood and my youth, and what the houses of the old people back then looked like. That would be my my grandparents and my great grandparents, and because it was a small house, I thought, yeah, well, we'll say that it's a widow, and it's someone single living here. And the house just turned out to sort of have that old woman vibe to it. So let's have a look inside. Now, I know that a lot of people say my grandparents don't live like that, and that's true. Grandparents today don't necessarily live like this, but this was not uncommon when I was young, that if you walked into an old person's home, that it would be similar to this. They would have thick wall-to-wall carpets and then some rugs on top of that. They would have these sort of flimsy under curtains and then some heavier drapes on top. And the living room, dining room would be a bit of a sort of showcase. They were always neat. They might be a bit, depending on who the person was, there would be a lot of knickknacks, family photos, plants, lamps, and all that. Now, Grandma Emily has moved to a smaller house here because she wants to be closer to the family and see her grandchildren a bit more. And because she's the only one who had to choose, then she could go a bit more feminine with what was going to be in her house. So it got a bit more pink than probably her late husband would have liked. But if it should have been more authentic, I should have had more knick-knack on the windowsills. But because I put so many drapes and stuff, I could only fit hanging plants. So that's why I put those there. It was also common that we had these that they had these old light switches. So I was happy I found those because it makes it just a little bit more authentic. What I also used to see in these houses of my grandparents and other old people's home was that the kitchens were often a little bit small and sort of slim, and this is not. This could definitely have been how one of them looked. That you had sort of tiles on a wall where you're cooking, and that you would have at least. My great grandmother, she had this little seating arrangement where she could sit in the morning and have her morning coffee or tea, and whatever else that she was eating. It was also that they would find a spot for like postcards from the family and stuff. So Granny M has them here. And let's take a look at the bathroom. These tiles were what inspired the whole house, because I'd put them up just to see what would it look like. And what happened was that the minute they were up, I was just thinking, well, this is just like all those old people's houses from my childhood. And they would have things like, I'll just turn the lights on. They would have things like just one single lamp in the bathroom, and it would get really well lit up. And they would have these little rocks underneath. They might, in some houses, they would even have rocks on the toilet seat, and sort of around the bottom of the toilet as well. We got rid of those in later generations because that was just gross. And they would have like plugs that wasn't necessarily safe in the bathroom as well. It was a different time, totally. Now, Granny M is sort of a very simple in her. She's like, that shampoo will do. A few towels and probably some towels she's gotten for a birthday gift at some point, saying, I need some new towels. And then the family buys her towels because old people almost always have everything they need already. So the family would be like, oh yes, please. Something I can buy that she needs. And she would, have a few favorite items that she'll keep returning to, her favorite day cream and her lipstick, and she knows these products and she'll keep returning to them. So that was most of the house. The phone is maybe a bit more old-fashioned than I remember my grandparents having it. They were more modern for the time, but it's the only one that has the dial on it in this game. So therefore I chose that. We didn't have cell phones back then. And this is her bedroom, sort of same principles. He will have just a water glass for the night, an old-fashioned clock, a little photograph of her children, a few knickknacks, and flowery wallpaper, and wall-to-wall rug. Let's go outside. Now she's very proud of her garden, but she's toned it down because she's becoming an elderly lady and she can't keep up with all of it. So she's made it more practical with like smaller flower beds on the side of the house, pots, just keeping it nice and tidy, having a few bushes with flowers on them that sort of maintain themselves, some fruit trees that the kids love, and a hammock. And then she has the backside of the house. There's a little area where the family can eat or hang out for some coffee. And she's an animal lover, so if any of her friends or family bring a dog, there will be water for it. And she will have a little swing over there in the corner, and she'll sit and watch the birds. And because she loves birds so much, she's put up a few homes for the birds as well up here on the wall. And she's invested in some things for her grandchildren, so that they will find it enjoyable visiting. Since she lives nearby, they can come and visit. And then a little shed, of course, too, for garden tools and stuff like that. And that is pretty much it for Grandma M. And as I said, um, it was a challenge to both sort of maybe make it authentic for a specific group of people at a specific time, and to keep the indoor design of the walls and stuff as they were. The country I live in, the bathroom would have been illegal. And the reason it would be illegal is because you're not allowed to have a door from a bathroom that goes directly into a kitchen. It's probably a sanitary thing. But it's not unlikely it would have been like that back then. So yeah, all in all, it turned out exactly like I wanted it. I'm very happy with the result of this house. And thank you all for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.